Yo, what's up, Cedos? It's a beautiful morning of Thursday, and we are looking at the Hangman game. If you're not aware what the Hangman game is, you can do a little bit of Google search regarding the Hangman game. It's a quite fun game. Basically, what it does, it's a group of words or a group of phrases are generated, and they are represented with blank spaces, and this the user is expected to make guesses of what letters they feel should occupy each of the blank space. So for as many letters you guess wrong, they are not even part of the word or the phrase. The hangman is the character or the fictional character called Hangman is going to get hanged by the galleon. So that's basically what the hangman game is all about. So your aim is to guess as many correct words as possible to complete the phrase before the expected trial that you've been given has been exhausted. For example, the word is hangman. You can see he guessed E. E is not in the hangman word. So the images start getting drawn down onto the point where the entire image is drawn and the character is executed. That's basically what the hangman game is all about. So if you've seen any of our previous tutorials, you understand most of all this. I won't be going through the ASCII images and all that because we've covered all that in previous tutorials like the rock, paper, scissors. So I advise you check that out if you're a little bit new to this. Basically, we have three files here. The one is called the hangman underscore ASCII.py that holds a list of the several stages of the hangman display. And the second one is called hangman underscore words.py. That's going to hold a list of the several words, possible words that are going to be generated by the hangman game for you to make a guess with. If you missed any of the previous tutorials, the rock, paper, scissors tutorial, I advise you check that out, and the guessing game tutorial, because everything we're doing from this stage forward, it's building up on the previous tutorials we've done. So without wasting much time, this tutorial is going to be a little bit faster than the previous ones because I believe you've gone through those ones and you have a better knowledge of what's going on. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is import the random module. We're also going to need the OS module for clearing of the screen as you've seen in the previous tutorials. Then next we need to import the two files that we have. So we say from hangman words import possible words, and from hangman ASCII import what's possible to ASCII code. It's called hangman pick. Okay, import all caps lock there. Hangman picks. So that's basically all the module we're going to use in this tutorial. The random is going to be used to generate the random words from the list in the hangman words file, and the ASCII image is going to be used to represent the stages of the game. So codes that won't repeat themselves. So I will write those codes out here. Say selected words, create a variable called selected words equal to random dot choice. I'll put the possible words in here. It's going to select a random word from the hangman word using that code, and it's going to store it in a variable called selected words. Next, we create a guess. We create an empty list called guess, and the trials, as always, give it 0. That's going to represent the amount of trials that the user has left. Then we create a for loop that says for words count in range 0 to length dot selected words guess dot append. Okay, I'm supposed to be on. Yeah. So basically, what this for loop is doing is that it's going to count the number of words that are in the selected word, and it's going to represent those numbers. For each number it counts, it's going to represent those numbers in the guess here. Let's get out the guess list and see what it looks like. So Python hangman. So it has selected a word. You see, it has printed out the number of words, so that you know that you have a word that requires 7 guesses. Let me need this. Do we? Let me need this. Let's go. Let's clear this up. Yeah. So let's run that again. So it has selected another word. So run that again. Selected another. So that's basically what this loop is supposed to do. Now this is the end. Say the end of codes. End of codes that won't repeat themselves. Yeah. So let's move on to the loop now that's going to be used for the generation of the guessing of the words and checking if the user guessed the word wrongly or rightly. So we're going to have a while loop that's a while trial trial is less than 7. We're giving the user 7 trials. So why trial is less than 7? So while the user has not exhausted the amount of trials available, what trial less than 7, print, format it and say you have 7 minus trials left. And so the next one, I'm going to say print f. I will say let's guess. We're going to now print that list out here. I'll say okay. The user's guess. We need to store the user's guess in the variable input. I'll say guess the word above. Put that on a new line. Okay. os.system. So we need to clear it here. After clear, yeah, that should be okay. We save that. So now we need a way to look through the selected word to check if the user's guess exists in the selected word. For that, we use a for loop. We say for I in, I'll pass the length of the selected word. Let's put a variable called verify. Most of all this we're doing is a repetition of what we've done in the previous tutorials. It's just a little bit different. I will say verify equals to selected word dot I. That's the location of the selected word. We don't know what the selected word is, so we're checking it based on the count number of white spaces or the number of dashes that we created for the selected word. Each of the selected word space that we want, we pass it into the verify variable, and we check if it's equal to what the if is equal to what the user has guessed is equal to selected word I. That's basically what we're doing. And say guess I is equal to user guess. So the selected word matches the user's word, and we're going to replace that with whatever the user's guessed in the guess list. That's basically what we're doing. Now say elif user's guess is equal to if the user's guess is not in the selected word, as if the user guessed the wrong letter, we're going to print hangman pick and the trials. Yeah, we're printing the hangman pick and the trial. Remember, the trial now is going to be incremented by 1 and have the value stored. So currently the trials value is 0. So if this is the first time the user is actually making that error, we're going to come over to the hangman pick here. And remember, it's a list, and the lists are numbered from position 0 downwards. So we're going to pick the list image that is at position 0. That's basically what we're doing here. Then after that, we want to increment the value, which is plus or equal to 1 by 1. Yeah. We can break out of the for loop. So the for loop doesn't run indefinitely. Outside the for loop, we need to check. You say check to see all correct values have been. We check see if all correct values have been guessed. The trial is less than 7, so it's going to keep this while loop is going to keep running. The while loop is still valid. After you've done the increments or printed out the appropriate value of the hangman and increase the trials by 1, giving the user less trials left, we need to check what happens if the user have actually completed his entire guess. And for that, we're going to say if. We're checking if not in guess, print out congratulations, you have won game. Yeah. To print out the word that the user was asked to guess. The word was, let's say, selected word. We'll move it on uppercase. That's open. Selected word that's open. And that generated an error. I will now print. I say guess. Print out the value of guess. Then we take a break. We break out of the while loop. Because if trials is equal to 7, that's what happens if the trials has exceeded the required value. The user has made the maximum guess available and he still hasn't gotten the word, so he lost the game. Print out all caps lock. All caps lock. The word was either selected or proper. Yeah, and save it. So that's basically all we have to do. I think another thing we should do up here is to ensure that the user's input is in dot lower. Yeah, so it's always in lowercase. I think that's basically all we have to do. So let's run the game and see what we get. Hopefully we're not going to get any error. Let's say run python hangman.py. Okay, so we have a word. I'm going to cheat a little bit and go over to the words and see which of them is 5 characters money. So let's guess correctly. M, put M there. You have 7 trials left here. I know that. O, put the O there. Let's just guess a letter that doesn't exist in the money queue. See, let's expand this. Say 6 trials left. Let's get another G. Is drawing the hangman. U, W. These letters don't exist in money. So drawing the house Z. Sorry, you lost the game. The word was money. So you exited that and you lost the game. So let's do that again. Let's get another word. What word is that? The balloon here. So, all right. So let's continue the guessing. Let's expand this up. I say B. Yeah. A, L. I guessed L as a single character, but L existed twice in the word, so you can see that it just imputed that O and N. Yeah. So congratulations, you have won the game. So that's basically what the Hangman game is all about. It's easy, it's a fun project that I think everyone should try their best to take part of. I'll see you at the next tutorial. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.